Yo, what is going on, guys? Larry Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, today is going to be a quick video going over AMC, the chart, what happened today, some numbers, and that is pretty much going to be it. A short, quick breakdown as to where I think we're going to go tomorrow. Now, I didn't plan on making a video, but I did kind of see something a little bit interesting in the chart. So without further ado, guys, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so off rip, AMC went from 125 million, 132, and then days and days on between 60 and 70 million, now down to 49 million, and we had a solid hammer candle today. Usually this indicates a bullish reversal after a sell-off, and if you don't know, yesterday we had a tight sell-off, a rejection off of this overall trend line, down about 10% from that sell-off. Okay, so this is a good indication that we are going to rip tomorrow. With that being said, remember, it's not always 100%. It's not always a guarantee. I want you to watch this overall trend line at around 2650. The real break over 2750, that is where we made a double top at, where AMC got rejected twice back here, had a little bit of trouble back here, and ultimately that is the level I'm looking at for tomorrow. It's $27.50 for anything major to happen. Now, worst case scenario, in my opinion, I think AMC is going to come down to $20.75-ish and get a nice move up, hitting 30 before eventually retracing back down. If that is the scenario, if that is the case, of course it does transfer over to what the S&P 500 is doing, which I wanted to touch on in a second. I think the worst case scenario for this rip to be over, or this little channel of momentum to end, is a break under $18. I think that would probably close it out. But honestly, I don't think we are anywhere close from doing so. Now, the S&P 500 is amazing me. It's pulling moves that are absolutely nuts. Okay, I thought this was going to get smacked at around 427. It's currently at about $429. The SPY, the SPY, and if we pop over on the 30-minute time frame, you'll see that the SPY, S&P 500, which is just what we use to represent the overall market, hit almost $430 right now. Now, with this little bullish rally, depending on how long this lasts, this is going to put more and more pressure on short sellers in different companies like BBBY, which did run up to about 24% today or so, at least the last time I checked it. AMC, GameStop, yada, yada, yada. You guys get the whole spiel. But overall, the chart setup is looking nice. Now, I'm going to pop us over to the 45-minute time frame real quick on AMC just to show you guys what I'm looking at. Now, this setup is the identical setup, right? From back here all the way up to here. This is the identical setup to the January run-up, or right before the January run-up. Now, if this were to play out identical, you would have been looking at a retracement back down to $22, which we did not see today, or at least $22, right? Up to about $21 or so before a nasty rip. Now, we still have this room, okay? The APE dividend is going to be issued August 19th. If you don't see anything happen then, August 22nd, right? If you don't see shares in your account by the 19th, you see them by August 22nd. If not, you have to contact your broker. Depending on what happens, I'll make a video on that. But overall, guys, I think this week of just solid push is likely to happen, okay? Even if the S&P gets rejected, lately AMC on certain days, specific days, depending on if volume picks up, has been playing negative beta to the S&P 500. But overall, guys, my expectation for tomorrow is if we do see a sell-off, it's going to be very early, and we are going to bounce around the $22 range. But ultimately, I'm watching that $27.50 to see if we can break over this double top resistance that we had. Ultimately, I see AMC going up to $30 before this dividend is released. We can go over numbers real quick. So GameStop, 300,000 shares available to borrow at a 23% cost to borrow fee, with almost 53% of the float DRS. 24,000 calls expiring in the money compared to 32,000 puts. We are losing on that. Short exempts slightly stacking up as well on GameStop. 1.7 million shares available to borrow on AMC for a 6.5% fee. Absolutely terrible, right? That fee, for some reason, it's not going up. We will see what happens though when the dividend is issued. 75,000 calls in the money, however, compared to 12,000 puts. So this hammer candle, if this indicates a reversal and we get a lot of volume coming into tomorrow, you're going to see gamma ramping. With that being said, guys, not only take profits on options, not financial advice, so you don't get greedy, but also if anybody is planning on exercising them, do so to get the ball rolling, not financial advice. If so many people do so, this gamma ramp could essentially be nuts, as there is another 131,000 calls out of the money. Short exempt still extremely high. This is something that we could actually bring up with these short exempts being high. I'll bring this up real quick. Just to add a little bit onto the video, since it's probably not that long today in general. But if you go over to a tweet that Dave Lauer put out, he kind of explains how market makers can short without actually locating the share. I'm not going to do it because the computer's not loading. But market makers can short without actually locating the share by the SEC or Reg SHO, something like that, right? That they actually regulate that. It's allowed, and it's essentially just labeled as a short exempt. A lot of times, market makers take advantage of this, and they can get fined, which just happened to one very recently, which I'll just make a YouTube short about it because the computer isn't loading. I'll do it after this video. But Tiger Global Hedge Fund ended the second quarter down 63%. Hedge funds are crashing. The SPY is putting pressure on them. AMC is putting pressure on them. That is what I got for you guys for this video. Love you all. Peace.